Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Think Future. My name's Chris Kalaboukis, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking innovation startups, the future, not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. If you're watching on YouTube, smack that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified when a new show comes online. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, please subscribe. Please drop a note on Apple Podcasts. I'd greatly appreciate it. Ah, yes. Simplicity and complexity. You know, human beings, we have trouble with things that are too complicated. We don't like complexity. We like simplicity. We enjoy simplicity. We like things that are simple, easy to understand, not hard to figure out. We love that kind of thing. That is what we crave. We crave simplicity. I mean, look at Occam's razor. We look at that and we go, yes, that's exactly right. The simplest solution must be the right one. That's where human beings are. This is where our mind is. We love the simple. We love the uncomplicated. Only one problem with that. Life is not simple. The world is not simple. Technology is not simple. None of this stuff is simple. None of it. But we crave simplistic versions of complex concepts. And the problem is every time you try to simplify these complex concepts, you always lose something in the translation. We have to become more open to understanding the complexity of things. Because once you start understanding the complexity of things, then maybe you'll have a better understanding of how these things are not simple and how much effort it takes to complete something. I'll tell you, for example, there was a professor I knew once who was taking business students and helping them through a class of learning how to code. And when they first went into the class, they thought to themselves, oh, this has got to be easy. It's simple. It's not very difficult to code at all. It's easy to learn how to code. And as they got into it deeper and deeper, they understood, wait a minute, this is not simple at all. This is highly complicated with all these moving parts and logic and objects and stuff like that. It was tough for them to figure it out. They thought it was simple from the outside because from the outside, almost everything is explained to be simple because that's what people like. People like the simplistic explanation of something. But the reality is underneath that simplistic explanation, under that simplistic cover, you know, you may be able to build an app which plays a simple game. Let's say you were trying to build, I don't know, Flappy Bird or something like that. Oh, that's an old reference. Something new. Something like, I don't know, Cat Collector or something like that. So let's say, imagine you wanted to build an app, which is a simple game of putting food out and collecting cats. Now you might think to yourself, well, that's pretty simple to build, right? But if you think about the complexity involved in building an interface, creating the cats, creating the objects that they need, creating a compelling narrative for people to be able to understand this. Even the simplest games on the App Store there are a lot of effort to build. There's tons of complexity behind everything. You think your iPhone is a simple device? No, it's a super complicated device. You're just seeing the simple interface on top of that complicated device. And that's the thing that we have to try and understand. We, as human beings, have to get more used to complexity. We have to stop demanding simplistic versions of everything because we think that'll lead us to understanding. It won't lead us to understanding. It won't. Because those things are so complicated, you're probably missing a key element of it in your simplistic observations of the thing. So that's something that we really need as human beings to understand, is there's complexity everywhere. And we have to stop looking for the simple explanation, the elevator pitch. Just give me an elevator pitch. The problem is that you may not be able to explain it all in an elevator pitch. Why do we have to look at it? So this is the same problem with low-hanging fruit. People go, oh, we got to go after the low-hanging fruit. We have to show early evidence of success. Sure, you go after low-hanging fruit, you go show early evidence of success, but then you forget about everything else. All the hard problems, all the difficult stuff that's beyond low-hanging fruit, you forget about it because you got the low-hanging fruit, you're all set, going for next profit. We need to delve deeper into the complexities and understand the complexities and stop going for the easy stuff. This is the thing about human beings, we're all lazy. I mean, some people wouldn't call it lazy. Some people would call it, I don't know, resource optimization, right? We try to do the most amount of work for the least amount of effort. We try to get the most out of something for the least amount of effort. And this is what MVP is. If you think about an MVP is, let's see if I can do the minimum viable product to prove my business idea, right? Everyone does that. Everyone does the absolute minimum they have to in order to get something across. But what if to provide this solution that you're looking to provide, you need more than the minimum? Because life is complex. You can't do everything simplicity. Everything that's done in a simple way might go so far, but it doesn't go all the way. It doesn't solve the problem. So you understand what I'm saying is that we crave simplicity. We want simplistic explanations to everything. Everything. Every technology, every problem in life, weight loss, right? We just want a magic pill or a magic, what do you call it? Magic needle. We want to stick ourselves with Ozempic and lose weight. Boom. Just like that. We think that there's a simple way to lose weight. We think there's a simple solution to everything, but it's not true. Everything is complex. Everything has circles. There's no A to B. In the real world, the world is complicated, the world is not simple, and we need to get used to the complexity and work with the complexity. Maybe a minimum viable product is not the right thing to do. Maybe a right viable product is the right thing to do. Providing the right product at the right price for the right person at the right time in the right way. Maybe it's more like Buddhism, if you think about it. Instead of doing the minimum, do the right thing. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.